everybody, this is Elizabeth from Organized Chaos, and I wanted to do a quick flip through of my 2016-17 school year planner and show you how it turned out. And then I wanted to show you the process of putting in the new pages for the following school year, which I'm very excited to do for the next school year. So there are plenty of other videos on my YouTube channel and posts on my blog that you can go check out to see a more detailed description of all the different parts that are in my planner. So I just wanted to show you some of the basically the state of my planner now that I've used it for a full school year. So I have my cover and various calendars, and then my curriculum, and which I'm thinking about doing something differently with, but talk about that later. And then these are the monthly spreads, which I'll just quickly flip through. I kind of landed on this formula here using the label stickers from the Target Dollar Spot, and then doing a lot more seasonal things this year, which was really fun. I was really happy with how those came out. And then I used these are stickers from the Happy Planner sticker books, the Me and My Big Ideas, which I recently got. And then this one is just post-it notes and scrapbook paper. So I did some different things. And that's the current month right here. In the summertime, so this is last summer, I did this weekly calendar because I don't have any lesson plans to kind of schedule out my days. And if you're wondering where this is in the planner printable file, it's in the business planner section. There are a bunch of different kind of flexible calendars that you can use. So anyway, I'm going to be doing that again this summer. And then here are the weekly lesson planning spreads themselves. So I'm just going to flip through these really quickly. Basically, I stuck with the washi on the top and the bottom, and the labels at the top, with which I stamped the icons onto, and a little more decoration in the notes section. And as I've said before in some of my other videos, I tend to put my actual notes on post-its so that I can take them out and move them from week to week and things like that. So that's why a lot of these end up being blank at the end of the year, but you can kind of get an idea of what I did. And I love using scrapbook paper. That's my favorite thing. I am a scrapbooker. This was funny. I am a scrapbooker originally, so I have all these paper pads that I really love. I had all this space dedicated to planning out Thanksgiving, and then my mom ended up going out of town at the last minute because of a family emergency, and all of any plans that I had went totally out the window. So all this blank space, oh well. And obviously Christmas and New Year's. This was one of my favorites. I used up some scraps from one of those paper pads I told you about a second ago. I used some post-its and things. This is when I got those Me and My Big Ideas sticker packs. I love this paper. So you can see here I started using some of the other pre-made stickers for this top section here, just to try something different. I get bored doing the same thing over and over again, so it's nice to have kind of a change. And yeah, that's full. And actually, this to-do list, there were a few, I ran out of space and I erased some things that I had done so that I could add another thing. That was crazy town. And this is last week, the last week of school that I just finished. So, I can't show you much of the rest of this because there's a lot of information about my finances and you know, contact information and stuff like that. But if you want to see a tour of the whole planner, which includes not just this is not just a teacher planner, this is my life planner as well. So if you want to see all of that, check out the other videos on my YouTube channel. Okay, so I am going to take these pages out so that I can add in the New Year's planners. So, let's see here. It's so easy. If you're not familiar with the ARC system of disc binding, it is really quite amazing. It is so easy to take pages in and out, as you can see, and but when you are using it, it doesn't ever fall out. I always get people asking me if the pages start to fray and come out, and that has never happened to me ever. And I've been using this system for a good 3.5 years now. That's maybe too many. Try to take out at once. Okay. So I'm taking out all the weekly pages, and I took off the little tab, which again on my blog and YouTube channel you can find all of the supplies that I use and how I set things up and things like that. This is actually this July, which I already had printed before last year. So I'm going to leave that where it is and add in the monthly pages starting from August 2017. Okay, that goes all the way to July 2018, and then I'm going to do the same thing again with the blank weekly calendars for summer. So I printed off enough pages to get me through the summer break, and I meant to actually take those out at the end of the summer last year, and then I never did. I think that is my plan again, just to get a little bit of bulk out of there. But it was nice in the summertime. I could play around because I didn't have as much information that I needed to put in. It was nice to be able to play around with different supplies, try different kind of hand lettering, like bullet journaling style things and stuff like that, which I ended up using some of those things that I tried in the summer in my weekly spreads during the school year too, so that was fun. Alright, so I'm just kind of sticking the weekly lesson planning pages for the entire school year in. And the nice thing about the disc binding is that you don't have to keep the whole school year in the planner the whole time. This last school year was the first time that I actually included the entire school year in my planner at one time. I normally actually just do 6 months at a time in the past, but I got these giant rings so I could hold everything together. Okay, so that is the weekly, so I'm gonna stick, I should have done that before, oh well. I'm gonna stick the weekly tab next to the first school week page, and I gotta line this tab up actually. We'll see if that stays. I may have to make a new one, but we'll use that for now. And then the school tab. Okay, so I'm going to snap together these weekly pages with my magnetic clip. And then I'm going to take out all the school information. And I actually reorganized the pages when I was printing them out this year. So I've got the parent contact log, substitute information, sub-lesson log, IEPs, and this is the first year I'm using medical information as well. I had a lot of students this year with really important medical information that I needed to keep track of. So that was the first. And then I got the wish list and professional development. So that's all the stuff for the school tab. So I'm going to stick that in here. And this parent contact log, actually based on feedback from the people in my planner Facebook group, I made a version with more space to write for each student, and I ended up really liking it, so I'm using it myself. So shout out to whoever came up with that idea, thank you. And then in the business, the income tracker, which I use in the income tracker section, which I use for taxes and things, I decided I'm just going to keep the calendar year now because it makes more sense for my taxes rather than finding like last year's planners stuff for half a year and then the current year's for half a year. I'm just going to keep the calendar year, and then I'll change out to January through December once I do my once this year ends. So I can keep them all in one place for my taxes. So I just have through December that I added in. And what else? The rest, okay, and I added in a new blog post ideas because that was full in my old pages. Yeah, totally full. So I think I'm actually, this was ridiculous. But I did a lot of the posts I had ideas for, so that's good. And then the home section is going to stay the same. It's got all my, friend and family contact information and things like that. And then in the front, I am going to change out my cover, and I decided to try something different. I did a couple of things differently actually. I laminated it so that I could reuse it. I've been every year choosing one cover, and I put the years down at the bottom. So what I'm trying now is so that I can change them out mid-year with the seasons or anything like that. I put a little quote on here instead of the year, so it says, if you stumble, make it part of the dance, which I just looked up inspirational quotes related to music online, and that was one of the ones that came up, which I liked, so I put it on one of my covers instead of putting my name or anything like that, and I laminated it so it will be durable so I can reuse it. I may go back and trim down the extra lamination around the edges because it does make it a little bit bigger, but for now I'm going to leave it because I have this other hard cover on the outside anyway that's bigger. I'm going to take out the my class schedule, district calendar, and the 2 yearly calendars, and put in the 2017, 2018, and then I just copy the district calendar from that they give us online, copy and paste it into my planner pages and print it out. And then for right now, my class schedule is blank because we all know it doesn't always stay that way. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this planner flip through and switcheroo out thing. Be sure to follow my blog and my YouTube channel and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you all next time. Bye!